What if the greatest legend in human history wasn't a myth at all, and the clues to finding it have been hiding in plain sight, scattered across 3 continents and guarded by forces that defy all logical explanation?
On a sweltering July morning in 2023, marine archaeologist Dr. Elena Vasquez lowered her submersible sonar scanner into waters 120 miles off Spain's Cadiz coast. She was leading a NOAA-funded survey of Roman shipwrecks, and after 3 weeks of finding little more than intact amphorae in a 2nd-century trading vessel, she'd almost given up hope of anything extraordinary. But as the scanner glided 1,800 feet below the surface, the screen lit up with patterns that made her freeze.
Instead of natural rock or scattered debris, the sonar revealed perfectly straight lines forming squares, rectangles, and would look like a massive circular harbor, all aligned with astronomical precision, matching solstice points sacred to ancient civilizations. Vasquez radioed her vessel, the Oceanus Explorer, her voice unsteady. "We've got something here. Something big. This isn't Roman." Within hours, high-resolution drones captured footage of walls made from 50-ton stone blocks, fitted together with precision rivaling the Great Pyramids. Carved into one block was a symbol Elena had only seen in ancient texts, a spiral with 3 concentric circles, topped by a triangle pointing to the stars. It was exactly the emblem Plato described as the seal of Atlantis' royal family in Timaeus and Critias. News of the discovery sparked global debate. Mainstream archaeologists dismissed it as a geological formation or misidentified Roman defenses, but Dr. Marcus Whitmore, a Harvard professor who'd spent 20 years studying Atlantis, saw more. "The timing, geography, and symbolism all match," he told a packed Smithsonian press conference. Plato said Atlantis lay beyond the Pillars of Hercules, the Strait of Gibraltar, on a continent larger than Libya and Asia combined. "We haven't found the whole landmass yet, but these structures fit his description of the outer harbor perfectly." Carbon dating puts the site at 9600 BCE, exactly when Plato said Atlantis was destroyed. As Elena's team mapped the underwater site, dubbed Site Alpha, Whitmore began connecting dots spanning thousands of miles. In 1998, explorers in Bolivia's Tiwanaku ruins found a stone tablet describing a great flood that swallowed a powerful civilization across the Great Water to the east. Last year, researchers in Egypt's Valley of the Kings uncovered a hidden chamber in Ramses II's tomb with wall paintings showing ships bearing the same spiral and triangle symbol, trading with a land called Atlan. The most shocking clue came from manuscripts discovered in a Massachusetts attic in 2019 and now housed in the Library of Congress. Written in an unknown language, they matched inscriptions from Site Alpha, a tongue Whitmore named Atlantean, sharing roots with Greek, Egyptian, and even indigenous American languages. One translated text from a royal scribe told of Atlantis as a federation of 10 kingdoms ruled by descendants of a being called the Star-Bearer. The civilization had advanced knowledge of math, astronomy, and engineering, building earthquake-resistant structures and intricate canal systems. They harnessed energy from crystalline stones deep in the earth. But prosperity bred greed. Atlantis' rulers began conquering neighbors, believing themselves superior. The gods, angered by their arrogance, sent a great cataclysm, the manuscript read. Earth shook, fire rained, and the sea rose up. In a single day and night, the continent was swallowed by the deep. As Whitmore presented these findings in Chicago, Caltech geologists announced core samples near Site Alpha showed evidence of a massive volcanic eruption and tsunami around 9,600 BCE, thousands of times more powerful than Mount St. Helens, and exactly the disaster Plato described. Still, questions remained. How could an Atlantic civilization influence cultures across the globe? Why had no trace been found until now? Some pointed to rising sea levels. Others suggested survivors fled, carrying their knowledge to distant lands. As interest in Site Alpha grew, strange events plagued the team. Submersibles lost power and navigation when approaching deep sections, only to restore themselves moments later. Divers spoke of feeling a strange energy in the water, and some reported seeing lights moving beneath the surface that didn't match any known life or equipment. In October 2023, a NOAA vessel detected a mile-long object buried 20 miles from Site Alpha. When the team tried to drill for samples, their equipment shattered as if struck by an invisible force. A camera lowered to the site captured images of a smooth metallic surface with shifting patterns, material that matched no known element. "We're dealing with something we can't explain with current science," said physicist Dr. Arjun Patel in National Geographic. "It has properties that suggest it's both solid and somehow alive. Tests on small fragments show signs of being engineered, not natural." The phenomena weren't limited to the ocean. Whitmore reported the manuscripts he studied emitted a faint blue light at night, with new inscriptions appearing under certain wavelengths. In Bolivia, a Tiwanaku monolith that had stood still for millennia shifted slightly, aligning with Site Alpha and the star Sirius, which Atlantean texts called their home star. Conspiracy theories spread across the U.S., some claiming government cover-ups of extraterrestrial technology, others suggesting underwater survivors. While mainstream scientists dismiss these ideas, they couldn't deny the mystery ran deeper than ancient ruins. In December 2023, the U.S. launched a joint expedition with Spain, Egypt, and Bolivia, funded with $50 million to study Site Alpha and related sites worldwide. By January 2026, the expedition has rewritten human history. Additional sites have been found off Morocco and Brazil, all bearing Atlantean symbols and dating to 9,600 BCE. Linguists have identified Atlantean roots in over 20 ancient languages, and geologists have found evidence of massive Atlantic floor movements that could explain the continent's submersion. But the biggest question remains: what caused Atlantis to fall? While the eruption and tsunami are plausible, manuscripts and unexplained phenomena hint at more. Some believe their crystalline technology spiraled out of control. Others think the Star Bearer was an extraterrestrial force that intervened to prevent conquest. "We may never know the full truth," Elena told CNN. "But what we found shows human civilization is older, more advanced, and more connected than we imagined. The clues are everywhere. We just need to look with open minds." The search continues, with new expeditions planned for West Africa, the Caribbean, and Antarctica. Using satellite imaging, AI, and advanced robotics, researchers are mapping lands once dry but now underwater, working with indigenous communities who've passed down flood stories for generations. For Americans and people worldwide, Atlantis is more than a historical puzzle. It's a reminder that we still have much to learn about our planet and our place in the universe. Whether real or a myth that shaped history, its story continues to captivate and drive us to explore the unknown.
Thank you very much for staying with us.